Our next story is about the mystery of the F-16 crash in Ukraine, a month after receiving the most advanced fourth-generation F-16 fighter jet. Ukraine has lost the warplane, along with the pilot flying this coveted jet. So what really happened? Just 2 days before the incident, Ukrainian pilots flew the American-made warplanes in combat for the first time. The fighter jet went down on Monday when Russia launched a major missile and drone barrage at Ukraine. But you see, jets are not supposed to just crash from the sky. Was it shot down by Russians? Was it a technical issue? Was it pilot error? Or did friendly fire from Ukrainian air defenses bring the jet down? Details about the crash are scarce. Ukraine has not disclosed the cause of the crash, but all possibilities are currently under investigation. Here's what has happened so far. Earlier this month, a batch of the US-made F-16 fighter jets was delivered to Ukraine after months of appeal by the war-battered country. On Monday, Ukraine began using the coveted jets for the first time in war, as Russia mounted a massive aerial assault. On Tuesday, Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed that the jets had seen action during a massive Russian missile attack the day before. By Thursday evening, Ukraine's general staff said that contact was lost with one of the planes as it followed a target. In fact, the statement said, and I'm quoting now, "The plane crashed and the pilot died." And now the Defense Ministry in Kiev has established a special commission to investigate the crash. You see, this is the first reported loss of an F-16 in Ukraine. F-16s are the most sophisticated weapon that the US-led coalition has supplied Ukraine with in its war with Russia. The White House and Pentagon had resisted offering them earlier, fearing that they would be seen as an escalation by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Before US allies supplied the fighter jets to Ukraine, pilots were trained to fly them for months in the United States. At least 6 of the warplanes are believed to have been delivered to Ukraine. Now, what are the authorities really saying? Like I mentioned earlier, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry has opened an investigation into the crash. In a Facebook post, the Ukrainian Air Force identified the pilot as Colonel Alexei Moonfish Mess. They said he saved Ukrainians from deadly Russian missiles at the cost of his own life. Moonfish, along with fellow Ukrainian pilot Andriy Pilshchikov, made a very public visit to the US in June 2022. He was part, basically, of the Ukrainian delegation, pressing American lawmakers and the media to send F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. Both continue to serve as public faces for Ukraine's battle to secure its airspace. But Juice was killed in an August 2023 accident. And now Moonfish has died in the crash. US congressmen have expressed grief at the news of his death. On the platform X, formerly Twitter, former US Congressman Adam Kinzinger has said, and I'm quoting, "When I met with Ukraine pilots Juice and Moonfish, I had a sick feeling they would not make it through the war. They fought like hell for Ukraine and the F-16. But here's where the plot thickens. Today, a Ukrainian lawmaker, Mariana Bezuglaya, accused the Ukrainian military of trying to downplay the loss of the F-16 jet, saying basically that it may have been destroyed by friendly fire. In a post on Telegram, Bezuglaya said, and I'm quoting, "According to my information, the F-16 piloted by Alexei Moonfish Mess was hit by a Patriot anti-aircraft missile system due to discoordination between units." She continued, I'm quoting further, "War is war. Such episodes are possible, but a culture of lies leads to a management system for military decisions that does not improve based on truthful, consistently collected analytics, but worsens and even collapses, as seen in the Pokrovsk direction." She was basically referring to Russia's recent advance in the city of Pokrovsk. So what really happened? What caused the crash? If what Bezuglaya is saying is indeed true, It would be a setback, an embarrassment for Ukraine, to say the least. The country, remember, has been urging the US to supply the jets for months now. Russia had said that the American-made jets will not make a difference on the battlefield. In fact, Russia has promised that they will destroy the NATO jets, just like the other Western hardware provided to Ukraine since the start of the war. That's what their position has been. What we are hearing also is that a Russian company has offered a reward of 15 million rubles. That's $170,000 to whomsoever shoots down the first F-16 in combat. No one has stepped forward to claim the reward so far. The question is Ukraine getting more F-16s? Belgium, Denmark, the Netherlands, Norway, all NATO members have committed to providing Ukraine with more than 60 of these planes. However, that number is dwarfed by the Russian jet fighter fleet, which is around 10 times larger. Ukraine needs at least 130 F-16 fighter jets to neutralize Russian air power. We are not saying that, Ukraine is. But the question is, could the F-16s actually change the course of the war? Military experts do not sound very optimistic. They say that the F-16s in itself will not be game changers, given Russia's massive air force and sophisticated air defense systems. However, Ukrainian officials welcomed the jets as offering an opportunity to basically hit back at Russia's air superiority. When it comes to the question of what makes the F-16 so special, here's what you need to know. The F-16s are among the most advanced fourth-generation fighter jets. They can fly at speeds of up to twice the speed of sound and have a maximum range of over 2,000 miles. That's 3,200 kilometers. They are also capable of firing modern weapons used by NATO countries. But what good is an advanced jet if it's not fully utilized in war? For a long time, Ukrainian officials have insisted that Western countries must lift the restrictions on what Ukraine is allowed to target inside Russia using the long-range weapons they have provided. And so the loss of this F-16 jet comes at a crucial moment, as the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has renewed his pleas, urging Ukraine's Western allies to untie his hands when it comes to deciding what to strike on Russian soil. Although it's not proven yet, any possibility that the F-16 was shot down by Ukrainian air defenses due to friendly fire would definitely shake the confidence of Western allies. After all, if NATO weapons are not safe in Ukrainian hands, can they be trusted to use them to strike deeper into Russia? Can NATO leaders afford to look the other way while that happens? Russia, remember, has long insisted that Ukraine's use of long-range Western weapons against Russian territory would cross a red line. Any miscalculation on Ukraine's part could escalate the conflict and drag the NATO into a direct war with Russia. Can the NATO afford that, is the question. And the answer to that question depends on whether they trust Ukraine to handle their equipment with care. Until then, we will just have to wait and watch. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.